Hi, Joe Devon here from Positive Living Skills, bringing you another PLS Tuesday tip. This one's about communication strategies or direct communication strategies. I think there's a lot can be lost and relationships can be forever damaged by what somebody did say, what somebody didn't say, how somebody interpreted something that was said to them or something that was done. And I think sometimes there's such a lack of clarity between two parties around communication, and I think that's sad. And what we teach, definitely in terms of emotions, there's some real strategies you can use to help yourself communicate your emotions to somebody in a way that doesn't escalate a situation. And we teach this in the primary school, Positive Living Skills Primary School Wellbeing Program. And that model, or that sentence model, is I feel X when Y, or when X happened, I felt Y. And what that does is, because no one can argue with your emotion. They can argue with you if you say, oh, the other day you made me really angry when you shouted at me. The other person can say, I didn't shout. So that creates a mismatch. Whereas if you say, the other day when you loudly said to me, exact quote. Now this is when you have to remember exactly what was said. If you're going to quote what somebody says, then you can say, I felt hurt. I felt disappointed. I felt sad. I felt angry. Now, they can argue with what they said, but they can't argue with how you feel or how you felt. And it doesn't matter when you go back and do something. It's like apologizing. You think about something and later it's ruminating in your brain about how you said something or what you said. You can go back and say, the other day when I said that to you, I want to make sure that you understood what I meant. Or you can go back to somebody later and go, when you said last year when we were at holidays and you said this to me, what did you actually mean by that? Because I took it to mean X and I just wanted to hear it from you again. So there's just a lot of gain in relationships that can be had from being direct, because sometimes people say things and they are wishing that somebody gets a message, but they haven't said the message. And then they get resentful that the person didn't get the message, but it might not have been clear to them. So the more that in my opinion, you're better off chancing saying something and then having a response from somebody than not saying something and walking around feeling angry and slamming things or giving people silent treatment, whether you're doing that on social media, whether you're doing that by phone calls, whether you're doing that in your own household. Why not say, what, I want to talk to you about this because I'm really annoyed about it. Or when this happened the other day, I felt really upset and I felt like we haven't talked about it. Look, to me, there's never going to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfection, but we're never going to have relationships where people always get us completely. But if we have a go at expressing our emotions, identifying our emotions, which is part of an emotional intelligence, then being able to express them to somebody and no one can argue with how you feel, then at least you've told them, you've identified it, you've said it, you'll feel better. And that's one part of direct communication that I really love and I would highly recommend. That's my PLS Tuesday tip. Thanks for watching.